Hello, everyone, or whoever's watching this. Everyone, probably you can count them on one hand. Anyway, I would just today like to talk about small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which is something that I know something about, as I once had it. Knock on wood, it doesn't come back, and I find that a lot of people don't know much about this, and I think that a lot of people walk around with it and they don't know how to treat it. The doctors that they see don't know how to treat it. The gastroenterologists sometimes don't even think it's a thing. And I tell people that if you're, in discomfort, there's a lot of things that could be going on. It could be ulcerative colitis, it could be IBS, it could be a lot of things. But small intestinal bacterial overgrowth can lead to those things as well. It can also lead to diverticulosis, which can lead to diverticulitis. It can do a lot of things that they haven't really connected yet, although hopefully they will sometime soon. If you have, uh, you know, urges to go to the bathroom in camp, if you switch between loose stools and being constipated, if you have dyspepsia, if you feel full right after eating just a little bit, if you have brain fog, if you feel that it's starting to, your stomach and your gut, the gut-mind axis is starting to affect your mood, you're becoming depressed, you need to go to a doctor. I don't know if naturopaths do it. They might, but I'm not quite sure. You'd have to look into it. And you have to do a breath test. And what the breath test does is you sit down for 3 hours, which is kind of annoying, but it's simple. And you breathe into a bag with a little tube on it every 15 minutes to 30 minutes, I think, over the course of 3 hours. Then they test it, and they test it for methane and hydrogen. Methane, I believe, causes more constipation. Hydrogen creates more diarrhea, or it's the other way. I'm not quite sure exactly, but yeah, I mean, this will give you a good indicator whether or not you have it, because if you do have it and you go to a gastro or a conventional allopathic doctor, they're going to prescribe you antibiotics. And one of the ways that you get SIBO is from antibiotics. If you injure your arm, or if you get a bacterial infection, they put you on an antibiotic and you're on it for a while, or if it doesn't work and they have to put you on another one. This repeated use of antibiotics can cause SIBO. And in this country, well, in the US at least, and I'm sure here as well, they use antibiotics a lot. They overuse antibiotics. And so it's common for people to have this, and they have no idea that they have this. The problem with it is that once you have it, you don't get rid of it unless you kill the bacteria. Bacteria is neither good nor bad. It's just where it's located. So if it's in your large intestine, it's in your colon, that's a good place for it to be. But if it's in your small intestine, it's not a good thing. It's going to create a lot of problems. And again, like I said, a lot of people have this. The way that I was able to cure myself of this, again, knock on wood, was through botanicals, like we've been learning in class, plant tannins, polyphenols, stuff of that nature. Then going to a FODMAPs diet for a while, no gluten, nothing hard to digest. It requires some effort and some thinking and planning, but it is something that we can get past and we can cure ourselves of. And in the same vein, you don't have to keep going back to doctors, and it doesn't go on and on and on for months and years. I know I probably had it for maybe 15 years, on and off. It would be good, it would be bad, it would be good, it would be bad. Oh, it's irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, it's GERD. Like we were talking today in botanical medicine, most gastros that I would go to would say, here's Nexium or Prevacid or, Tagamet, or any of those kind of antacids. And in retrospect, that was also what was contributing to the SIBO. I don't have an excess of stomach acid. I actually have a deficiency in stomach acid, and so what they were giving me was the absolute wrong thing to do. But again, they don't know any better. So yeah, if you know anyone that has stomach issues, it doesn't cost much. If you have insurance, it will cover it. And go get a breath test and find out what's going on in your belly. And if there is something going wrong, you can take care of it with remedies that are not going to bring it back again, like antibiotics and things of that nature. Anyway, if you're still watching this, thank you for sitting through the whole thing, and yeah, good luck with everything.